Stop begging for attention. Stop it. It's embarrassing as a woman. I'm talking to you. Stop rubbishing yourself in front of that man. Stop it. 24 hours, you're begging someone to call you. You're begging someone to talk to you. You're begging someone to express themselves to you. These are not things that you beg for. These are the things that come willingly. When people like you, they will call you. There is nothing like I'm so busy, walk. Even the president of the state, he has time to go and urinate. He has time for lunch. He has time for everything. They will prioritize you. Stop begging for attention. It's becoming so embarrassing for a woman. Learn to take rejection. Learn to say no. When somebody says, I don't like you, or when they show you that they don't like you, you don't also like everybody. Stop being forceful. Anything you get in forceful, you will use force to stay there. If you get in there with a fight and struggle, you will fight till you die, and you will struggle till you die. Now, the first thing you need to understand is, like they used to say, first impression matters. You teach people how to treat you. Many of you women that complain today about narcissistic men, brutal men, wicked men, and all that, you were the ones who groomed them. Most of these men who have become rebels, wicked, brutal, narcissists, it is you that groomed them. Because these things cannot function without an enabler. You enable them. You give them the mantle to do it. Yet you complain about it. If you want it to stop, you will stop enabling them. They become powerless. They are powerful because you allow them control you. Remember the bracket I'm using, allow. It is only what you allow that moves, that stays, that is relevant. It's because you've placed them in some sort of pedestal and they feel too important in your life. That's the reason why they are ruining you, they are using you, they are abusing you, and you're like, I can't go. What do you mean by you can't go? You can go, but you are afraid. Who is going to love me? Am I going to see another man? Where do I start from? How do I start building the relationship? I understand. I'm a woman. I know you have all those unanswered questions in your head. But let me quickly answer the question. Where do I go to? Go home. You are from somewhere. Go home. How do I start? Start from anywhere. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Is there any other man that is going to love you? Millions of men are waiting for you to come out of that toxic relationship and marriage so that they can treat you right. Some of you have never felt love as a woman. I swear to God, most of you don't even know what love is. That's the reason why you cannot even identify it when you say it. You see a lot of women saying, I want this kind of man. I want a good man. I want a this one man. You don't even know what a good man entails. If you see a good man, you don't know him. You can't identify him because you are not even good to yourself. For you to recognize something good, it simply means you've been so good to yourself that even in your sleep, they bring something good. You can wake up and choose. But some of you, if they bring something good, you will still be confused. You still be doing mini, money, mo. Father has a junkie. 1, 2, 3. You will still be confused. So the first rule is understanding what you want. If it's a man, there are millions of men that are going to love you. Some people say, oh, I've had children. Look at my body. You know, the most beautiful thing about a woman's body is the fact that it stretches. We are so beautiful. But we become more beautiful and presentable and attractive when we learn how to package our body. Yes. It is only your man that is supposed to see all those imperfections. That's what makes him special. Nobody will ever see your breast drop because you're going to be wearing the best bra. It is only him that sees all those imperfections, and that's why he's your man. I don't know what you look like, but most times you don't like yourself because you don't wear the right clothes. You don't know what fits your body. You don't understand your body. You want to fit into what a slim person is fitting into. That's why you look funny. It doesn't mean you're not beautiful. We are created in different ways. And that man is waiting for you. Your respect to a man. There's a man out there that is saying, where are you? Stop begging for the little things that money cannot buy. Things that God gave us for free. Stop begging for it. If they tell you they don't love you, or they start to give you all those attitudes, walk away, cry, put your dignity together. The worst thing you can sell to a man is your dignity. Because once your dignity is gone, there is nothing that makes you a woman. It's not even your body. It's the way you can comport yourself after you fall. The way you can comport yourself and nobody even knows that 10 or 20 men has gone inside there. It's packaging. That's why God gave us a cover. Our body is a cover. Our body is not as exposed as a man's own. So I'm just trying to tell you that you are going to be a better woman. Don't be afraid. Stop begging for the things that you're supposed to get free. Stop begging for the things that this money cannot buy. It's not as if, okay, this thing you're asking your boyfriend, he has to go and buy it in the market. He doesn't just want to give you because he doesn't love you. If a man loves you, everything he will do will be effortless. Men are not difficult. They are the simplest person. If they are difficult, it simply means they don't like you. That's once a man starts proving he doesn't like you again. If a man loves you, he will calm down, he will be so soft, he will be so sweet because he doesn't want to lose you. But when you get to a point where you are now struggling to get the man's attention, let him be. A lot of people are going to say, what about us that are married? Blessing, are you saying we should leave our homes? No. I didn't say you should leave your home. I'm only saying you have to learn to stop begging for attention. If you're married and your husband starts to give you the ignoring sign, try to see how you can talk about it. If he refuses to talk about it, keep him quiet. There are so many problems that silence can solve. You just be looking at the person. The person will be looking at you. That silence is like giving the person time to come around. And that's why I said as a woman, talk first. Try to ask him. If he says, I'm not in the mood to talk, leave him. He will come around. For married people. But for single people, go back to your house. For those of you who are living with your boyfriends, go to your house and give him space. Sometimes, all a man just needs is fresh air. And that fresh air enables him to understand your worth and the value and what you bring to the table. But when you're always there, every time you are choking somebody, don't you know that you can choke a human being? Every time you are there, your presence, you are there 20. Can't you be scarce? Scarcity creates value. Once in a while, just go to your house, go to your friend's house, go under the bridge, go to the market and go and sleep. Be scarce. Let him know that you have other things you're doing with your life. Once a man knows that you don't have anything you're doing with your life, they will use you. They'll turn you to a house girl, you start pounding pounded, I'm cooking soup, washing plate, because you don't have work. If you have work, your husband will cook for you. How many housewives do husbands cook for? Husband cook for working class because you know that, oh, you can be tired, he can come home before you. But if you are a housewife, well, how do you enjoy all these benefits if you cannot make yourself scarce? Marriage does not mean you should go there and go and put yourself and become a doormat. In marriage, there is still some certain level of respect. You have to unlearn, relearn, you have to drop, learn. It's a growth process. Nobody says because you're married, you should remain in one place, you should be static. Oh, yes, member. No, marriage is an evolvement. It's a journey. We don't know what you're going to meet along the way. You get where we go reach, we go say, baby, let's switch this destination. We're supposed to go like this, but you get as we reach that place, roadblock, we follow left. We did not plan to follow left. That's what marriage is about. So we will always switch. New things will always come out. We'll always unlearn and relearn. Stop being a static woman and feeling, oh, if it's not this man, I will die. If it's not, what is that? You cannot die. Your life is not attached to anybody. It's just emotions. Some of you women are just lazy. It's your selfish reason that make you not want to leave that bad relationship. Not because of what I'm saying doesn't make sense, but because you're thinking of the benefits. Then if you're thinking of the benefits, deal with the consequences. The problem is women who want to collect benefit don't want to deal with consequences. Anything that is beneficial has consequences, good and bad. Sweet things have its effects. Bitter things has its effect. But the problem is that no, all of you want sweet things, but you don't want diabetes. You don't want to be sick. That's where caution, that's where discipline, that's where boundaries come in. Because you know that these things have consequences. Let me take it small, so that when the consequences is coming, it will not shake me. It will not knock me down. Stop begging for attention. You are so beautiful to be begging for attention. Go back to the drawing board. Develop yourself. Grow yourself. Drop all those old things you learned in your relationship and marriage. Begin to learn new things. And you will see the kind of man that will locate you. You marry your mind. It is your mind that is your choice. What is your definition of a good man? It's dependent on how good you are to yourself. So go back to the drawing board as a woman and go and be nice to yourself so that you can recognize that good man when you see him. I love you.